I have a confession to make. I'm a procrastinator. I know. An IT guy that's a procrastinator. And to be honest with you, I feel like that's puts me in the position of knowing how to work through that. And we're talking about time management here. What you have to do is create a workflow. And what I mean by a workflow is that it's a process in which you can do things, right? You can create things. And it's kind of a recorded process. It's not just a process that you come up with on the seat of your pants, and where I come up with the concept is that I have many hobbies. I've been into woodworking, I've been into photography, and it all comes down to workflow, where do you make the cuts on the piece of wood? How do you upload your photos? Where do you share them? How do you share them? What's the resolution? Those kind of things like that. Those are all questions you need to look at in your workflow. And I feel like as a student that we need to create a workflow. I have a resource of photographylife.com, and they have an article called "What is a Photography Workflow?" If I've piqued your interest at all in photography workflows, there's that for you. But workflow is the key to anything, especially schoolwork. The biggest thing with starting a workflow out is you need to be organized. So, we all went through high school and that kind of thing with binders, and we're really kind of familiar on that kind of stuff. But what I would say, and of course, as an IT guy, is to actually go digital with all your stuff. And here's a few reasons why. In a binder, you could lose your binder, right? On your computer, you could lose that stuff with losing that computer. Your hard drive goes kerplunk and you do not have your files anymore. That's why I really suggest to go to the cloud, right? And the cloud is nice because barring an internet outage, you will have all your files. You have everything. The only thing you really need to worry about that is the internet outage, of course. So Google Drive allows us unlimited storage as students, and it does a really good job of doing this. And in doing this too, you can work from any device, which means you're working from your phone. And so your phone brings up my next point, is distractions. Distractions are one of the common things that I see as a problem. National Public Radio actually has an article called Smartphone Detox and How to Power Down in a Wired World. When we are constantly not in the real world, we cannot be successful. And part of that is to turn notifications off on your phone in apps that you don't need or don't use. I see it all the time where people are getting all kinds of weird notifications. They don't even know how to turn it off. The application asks for permission before it installs on your phone to whether or not it can actually go ahead and send you notifications. On my phone, no. I don't have any notifications on except for my email and my text message and my phone calls. And that's on purpose. When I get a Facebook message, I don't really care that I got a Facebook message. They can get to me another way. That becomes a whole different thing when we talk about these kind of things like that. So when we're talking about constantly being inside of a phone, we can really see where that is leading to. And it's kind of funny because that same National Public Radio article actually kind of covers this in an interesting way. They make an analogy to work that a scientist did in Russia. And what he was doing was he was doing some kind of experiment with dogs and food. But what he would do is he'd ring a buzzer and the dogs would come and eat. Well, over time, what would happen is that he would ring the buzzer and he'd see the dogs come and they were drooling already. Like, they're ready to eat. So he kind of played this a little bit, and it really is analogous to me on how we are with smartphones. We hear that ding, we hear that Facebook chime, and we have to check it. And I felt this way too, and that's why my notifications are off. A big part of this too is to put your device away. I know that's kind of hard in today's world because we're used to that, but really honestly, you'll find it freeing after a little bit. You won't want to have a device on all the time anyway. It adds a lot of stress to your life, you know. Oh, I need to be on my social media right now when you should be working on your schoolwork. It's a very big distraction. But, you know, that's the other thing that comes into mind too, though, when we're talking about this. I said that when we're constantly in our phone, we can't be connected to the real world. And I would say that another part of this workflow is to actually get involved. You know, and what I mean by that is do an organization that you like, you know, computer science club, you know, you go join a choir or something like that that's extracurricular. A lot of these clubs, especially the ones from the college, like I already mentioned Computer Science Club, they actually build stuff like leadership skills, and they build your self-confidence and stuff like that. So those are really good extracurricular activities to get into. Now, what's interesting is when we talk about time management, it sounds pretty counterintuitive to actually go ahead and say, okay, well, you know, I don't have enough time already, let's join another club, or let's join a club in general. But really, honestly, it actually works. There's actually studies showing that being involved in the club actually increases the way that you are involved with school. In fact, Purdue University College of Technology did a directed project report in 2010 called The Relationship Between Undergraduate Student and Activity and Academic Success, or Performance rather. And what they found was that those skills that build inside of these programs actually help you in your work and make you more confident in your work, and they actually increase your productivity on your work. So, I mean, this is what I would say is to conclude between creating this workflow of, you know, trying to organize your life and getting away from distractions and going ahead and working on getting involved actually are three different things that can help you with your productivity in school. And with that, it'll help your time management skills. So thank you very much, everybody, and that's everything.